Hi, I'm Raquel, and this is Law Librarian Plans. Today, I am going to set up my work planner spreads for the month of March. Let's get started. So if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. In my work planner for this year, I am trying to use only Happy Planner sticker books for the weeklies. That's because I have a lot of them, and I'm trying to use my stash this year. It's not going to be used up by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd like to touch as many of the books as possible in the year ahead. For this month, somehow this whole homebody farmhouse theme kind of hit me over the head, and I thought, okay, let's try that. So we have our books that we're going to use, and we're going to get started with the week of March 2nd. So for my work planner, I use this dashboard planner from the Happy Planner. I tried a bunch of different planners and nothing worked for me. This is the one that I've actually stuck with for 7 months straight. It has worked out really, really well for me. So I think this is a winner going forward. The way I like to decorate my work planner, for those of you who are new, obviously for me, I only need Monday through Friday because I don't work on the weekends. So I generally cover this up. I tend to cover a lot of this. I don't need this for a notes section. I usually keep notes somewhere else. And then these sections are less decorated because they are actually my, where a lot of the work happens. I set my priorities for the week, my top 3. This is my next week section. This is going to be the to-dos. And then on the days, I use those to have a visual cue as to what's happening that day, so that when I'm trying to decide what to work on, I can look at this, look at my list, and decide, okay, I have time for this project now or for this task now. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. And what I'd like to do is start with the functionality. Now, one of the challenges of some of these books is that this one does have boxes, which is great. So that's going to be fantastic. It doesn't really have small bullets that I can use. So I pulled this book from Keller Plan, which is Dots and Checklists. This has them in practically any color of the rainbow that you can imagine. So I'm going to try to find boxes that I want to use and then the bullets that go with them. So let's see. This is the paler set. Okay, so this might be the set that has something closer, because I really would love to use that color. And honestly, I don't know about you, but my eyesight is not great. And at least when comparing things, oh no, that's definitely not it. So that's a more of an olivey green. I think those are the only greens that exist in this book. So let's go back to that other page that has bullets. And in this page, let's see. We'll just do, if I can't use the green, I won't use the green. But I'd like the bullets to at least kind of match, you know? So there's also the blue. Let's see what else do we have for boxes here. Usually this is the stumper for me. This is the thing that like slows me down, is trying to find all the pieces that will go with a particular set. So let's see. I thought there were some neutrals in here, but I could be completely wrong. Or are they near the back? They are near the back. Those are grays. All right, here are the browns. So I don't know if I'm going to find a good match for anything at this point. So I think I'm going to go ahead with what I want, and then we'll worry about the bullets later. So let's start with the boxes. So I like bullets on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. That seems to be where the energy is. So Monday and Tuesday is the beginning of the week. It's usually very busy. And Friday, I'm wrapping up things, so I want to have things there. So let's go ahead and then put boxes on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm going to go back to the colors that I wanted to use. And for Wednesday, this Wednesday, I'm trying to think. I think we're reserving a lot of time for stuff. So I think I can get away with using this for maybe the one thing I'll get done or a couple of things I'll get done. And then we'll have a lot of phone calls and meetings happening in the middle of the day. So let's see. Oh, that was not cooperating at all. All right. Let's see. I want to get it as straight as possible and sort of middling here. There. I kind of like it better on the on the line, and it's still not straight. I can already see that it's not straight, but I'm not going to try to adjust that right now. Then I'm going to use the blue, and I think I'm going to go with the same size box for the blue. We have interviewed candidates for a position, and I'm getting ready to start calling references because we have picked our top candidate, and we have a couple more candidates too. But I think we're going to start there and see what happens, and it's a challenge. So I think now that we have that, we're going to go with the bullets, and we're just going to go with the bullets that I like. And, you know, whatever looks closest to me, that's what we're going to use. And I think there's 2 sets of blues too. Yeah, there's those blues. Where's the other blue? Ah, here we go. All right, so I think this lightest blue is probably our best bet. I still have to figure out what color is going to go there because it's not going to be green or blue. It's going to be something else. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So let's use those. This poor book has not been used that much, but I think I've taken out pages and now it's falling apart. And that's totally on me. I try to make it so that I can really get into the book and get what I need and not worry about it. And so that means sometimes tearing out the pages and then having them falling all over the place. All right, that's pretty good. Actually, this is a blue-green, but I don't think it's going to work. Nope, it's not going to work. I had my dreams there that might do the trick. But let's go back to where the greens are. Yeah, I kind of have destroyed this poor book. Let's see this darker green. There's one more light green. In my eyes, they all look the same. So unfortunately, I'm not the greatest judge of how well these colors are going to work. They look too similar, even though they're different. They're definitely different colors. So we're going to use this one, and we're going to be happy with it. And then we're going to need another color for that. So rather than use the this beige, which is kind of I'm going to use that peach because there's a lot of decorations in this book that have that colorway. So I'm going to try to find in the oranges, not in the dark orange, but maybe in this orange. Let me just do a quick flip. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Not the reds, not the dark oranges. So I think it has to be in this. And it's going to have to be probably, let's see, just trying to find the closest thing I can do to that color. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So we're going to use that one. Because when the deco comes, that's going to add more. Uh-oh, where did I grab that from? Oh, from here. That's going to add more colors. So we want to try to be as close as possible without going over. All right. So we have the functionality that we need on this side. Now I'm going to go back to this book. And I'm going to go back to those boxes that I used, and I'm going to grab some for the headers on this side of the page. So we're going to grab the square boxes, and I'm going to wipe this out very quickly and cover those up because I have my own headers that I like to use. So this one is going to go right here. Oops, actually cover that. And I do have a master task list. So this is more of the things that, you know, come in during the week that I have to take care of, that sort of thing. Except for my top 3, or if it's a next action on my top 3, if it's a project and I have to say I'm doing interviews and the next thing is to call, set up reference calls. So candidates set up reference calls, and then here would be, once they're dated, I would have the time. So 1 to 3 ref call, and I wouldn't put the details on here because I have the details somewhere else. This is more, again, to keep me on track of what's happening during the week so that I can plan the smaller stuff around it. So we're going to get a green and we're going to get a blue. Give a green one here. So, and I'm really not loving those bullets, and I kind of wish I had looked elsewhere 4 bullets, but I didn't. I may end up covering those if they are too jarring for my eyes. All right, so we have all of that. Now we're going to go ahead and grab the words that go on the left side, just because it'll be faster to not have to go back to this at some point. And I use a Planner Kate album, sticker album, to keep many of my stickers. So I have to do, or this week, I'll use this week. And these are not clear. These are custom stickers. This is the Gen Plans font. I don't know if the customs come in clear. I know Planner Kate has started making clear stickers, but I had these made for, because I really wanted to use this planner in a particular way every single week. So I had a bunch of these made. There's enough for the whole year here. So next week, oh, one of them is out. So next week, and sometimes when something comes in and I realize, you know what, there's no way I'm getting to this week. If it doesn't have a deadline, and I know I can't possibly get to it, I will put it in the next week list and not worry about it. If it's something that comes from a person, you know, that is going to expect a response, of course, I'm going to get back to them and say, listen, you know, I got your request. I am full up. Do you really need, when do you need this? And most of the time, you know, people are very good about letting us know when they need something in a rush. And then they'll say, oh no, just, you know, in the next week or 2 or 3 or in the next month. And usually when it's vague or there's no rush, I will say, no, seriously, when is your drop dead date? Because that way I can plan ahead with that. If somebody doesn't tell me that they have a date, they're like, really, I don't care. That thing is going to keep going down to the bottom of the pile every single week. If something else comes in that I'm, you know, that I think is a higher priority. If nothing else comes in, no problem. But when things keep coming at you, asking for that deadline just really makes a big difference. All right, so we are now done with our functionality. So now we can have some fun. I'd like to see if there's anything, a wide quote or something to put on the right side, because usually I like those. Oh, I could have picked some of those nice shaped boxes. Oh, well. Yeah, no. I don't pre-plan my spreads other than figuring out what sticker book I want to use. So that can be a bit of a challenge sometimes. But let's see. Let's start with these. So since there are no big quotes I can use, I'm going to decorate here with some of these pretty fruits. And we'll go from there. This page is a little bit wrinkly, I think. I'm going to put it right in the middle here. It's actually dark enough that it kind of covers that line. And we're going to add the other colors as I can. So I just decorate the bottom of the page. There's no reason, no rhyme or reason. It's just trying to get something in there that looks kind of pretty. And hope for the best. So let's see. I do like the cherries. Oh, I kind of like that. It is up to you to see the beauty in everyday things. So that could have gone in the middle, but then I would have had to white out that line. I don't mind putting it here off to the side. And there. Okay. I'm going to save some more of those florals and stuff for decorating above on the top here. Let's go back to the front of this book and see what we have available for possible quotes. And I don't put dots here. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, because I also have dot markers I can use or highlighters. And I prefer those to like the hard dots on this side. So be humble, be kind, do what makes you happy. Oh, look, lemons. I like that. Really not a single, like, oh, these are cute. I could use some of these too. I was hoping to find something wide. Oh, interesting. These are repeating. I've never seen that happen like that in a Happy Planner book. All right. We want to get, I have not seen any blue deco, except for this. So this is the closest thing we're going to get to the blue deco. So I'm going to use one of these. I'm going to go back to the side because I want to put some decorations here. I'm going to use this blue deco. And yes, it has metallic, but it is what it is. And now the color of the, is that blue or green? Oh my gosh, my eyes are really not having it today. Nah, too big for that space. So I think these are going to have to come on the other side. Uh-oh, there we go. I'm going to put them on the other side because they're too big for the space where I thought I would want to have them. So I'm going to add that one there. Maybe a quote and then maybe another floral. So going back to the quotes, this page. Don't like any of those. This is going to be very slow. Oh, look at the scripts. These scripts are pretty. These scripts are very pretty. Oh, well. I haven't looked at this book in God knows how long. So there's that other page of quotes, and I thought I saw another page of quotes near the back. Yes. All right. I'd rather have one of these. Be the reason someone smiles today. Enjoy the beauty of ordinary things. I think I want to use be the reason. That's definitely more blue. Oh boy, that is definitely a lot more blue. But if I put it there, I'm kind of hampering myself, my ability to actually write something in there. So I'm going to put this one here like so. And then we'll add something orangey. Maybe how about some of these cherries or peachy or whatever that color is. Just to vary the color a little bit right here. Doesn't have to be a big, a big scientific thing. It just needs to, just needs to kind of work. All right. So now that I've done that side, I think I'm going to go ahead and put some of these decorations on the right side. I want to keep them not too large because, again, the right side is where I write down what's happening each day, just so I can have a quick view. So the way I use this is every week, at the end of the week, at the beginning of the week, I will write in all the appointments and things like that I know are on my schedule. So that's sort of the I know I have to do this. This is going to be, what's happening that I have to work around. And then if I didn't do it the previous Friday, I would migrate anything that didn't get done to this week that still needs to get done this week. And I will set my top 3 priorities based on what's happening that week. So that's how that works. Oh, I could have done something with these. This would have been fun. These are all different quotes. Be your best self. Be true to you. Be wonderful. These would have been kind of fun. Oh, well. Didn't do it. That's okay. But you know what? I can use them over here. And be true to you. And I'm not going to use them on the boxes because on the days that have boxes, because I want to be able to use these for like appointments and things like that. So I'm going to use be bold, be brave. Yeah, I like that too. So I'll use that over here. So just enough deco to make it interesting, but not so much deco that I can't use the spread the way that it's intended. All right. And I think I'm almost done. I'm going to add a little bit more deco on the left side. If I can find the right thing. See, those pears are beautiful, but this is too big overall. So if those pears were alone, those would be fantastic. I can use this one though. Okay, I can use another one of those florals. Okay, and then let's move on from this one because this is taking long enough and we have 3 other spreads to do. All right, so I think that's pretty good. It has enough deco to keep it interesting, but not so much to make it problematic. So, all right, that was about 20 minutes. Let's see if I can pick up this pace because that's way too slow. All right, now the following week is the week of the 9th. And I'm actually on vacation that week, but what I think I'm guessing if previous time off has proven me that I'm not going anywhere, so it's not like I have to worry about something like that. I'm going to decorate this with the homebody, and I think what I'll do is I'll leave it fairly open, and I may use it for something else, or I may not. I may leave it decorated and not use it at all. We'll see, but I can't just leave it there. So I am going to use this weekend sticker. It's a nice white sticker if I can get it off the page, because I took it off and then didn't put it back where it belongs. And now it's sticking to the rest of the plastic. So we're going to use that. And I might end up working part of that week. I have a few big projects that are pretty much on their end stage. And my concern is that when I go back, I'm going to be so busy that it's going to be a problem. So I'm thinking if I put in a couple hours each day, when I feel like it, that's going to be much better than me coming back to finishing projects and picking up anything else that came in that's new. So I have a vacation planned for May and June, and then I will definitely not be available. So, because we're probably going to try to go away. But let's see if this pen will be my friend today. It's been a little bit ornery lately, and it's not dry at all. It's just having a hard time starting. There we go. I think we're finally getting something out of it. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah. So I will decorate this. I won't have any appointments, so there's no point in putting bullets or anything like that. I can go pretty decorative with this, and just, if I do work on something, I will write it down on here. That way I know what I've done, and then when I go for the next week, you know, I know where I am and stuff like that. So, and if it's something from the previous week, I might just leave it on that week and then just mark it there. So, and I do look at my whole planner at the end of the month to see where things ended up. Just make sure that I don't have any open loops, that sort of thing left. Okay. Not the greatest, but it is there. So great. So I'm going to put some of these fun quotes that I never use because I never have enough space for them. So this one says home sweet home, and I will be home sweet home. Okay. Then home is where the heart is. That's good. Oh, this is definitely also, staying in is not boring. That's me. That's like absolutely the essence of my vacation lately is I've been staying in a lot during vacations. So, but I don't want it there. I think I'm going to put it here. And you know what? I can even go a little bit further if I wanted to, but I'm going to put it right here. Uh-oh. I am not going to put it right there. That is so crooked. Don't you love it when that happens? The sticker goes down immediately and you're like, oh no, that's not good. Let's try that again. Staying in is not boring. So yeah, so I can't like fully make this totally decorative because I have a feeling some stuff will come out. In fact, I know I'm going to have a call. I'm pretty sure I have a call that day. So, yeah. So we know. Let's see. Those are kind of brown. Oh, yeah. I'm going to use some of those beautiful things. So I am going to use a box over here. We're not going to use the usual headers because, again, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. But I can do this. Like so. So maybe when I write the next week for the following week, I'll immediately transfer it over here. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. All right. Oh, that box fits so nicely there. It's pretty amazing. I want another quote. I kind of want it all to be quotes there. Home should be an anchor, a port in the storm, a refuge, a happy place in which to dwell, a place where we are loved and we can love. Elder Marvin Ashton. Okay, I like that. I think that's beautiful. And we'll put it on Friday, and we'll cover the whole day of Friday. Why not? I'm not supposed to work this week, so I might write something in here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it gets used. But doesn't have to follow the strict conventions. I am leaving room, but I'm not really following what I usually would do here. So let's see what else we can use to finish this off. I love these boxes. These watercolor boxes are beautiful. And I haven't found the right spread to use them, which is why they're still there. Oh, this is not sticking very well. That might have to be a small operation later on. Are there 2 of those? Yes. I always have such a hard time using these stickers. I don't know about you, but which is why they're still on the page. But guess what? They will work here, kind of. I mean, they're going to cover part of the word, but who cares? I like it. They're beautiful, and they never get used because I can never think about how I'm going to use them. So let's frame a word with them. And we're not going to worry too much. If we cover up the word Saturday, we do. Okay. And then keep looking through the book. I am going to cover those headers. I'm just not going to write anything on them. Oh, these are nice. They're too long, though. So if they're... Oh, there we go. We have some shorter ones. Make today great. What's today? I don't know what today is, but we're going to make it great no matter what. All right, so I'm going to put this one here. I hope that's somewhat straight. I think it is straight. Then the rest of those I don't like. Big plans. Ooh, big plans. I'm going to add some more pretties momentarily. Oh, focus on you. What a good one right there. I kind of like it there. I never use this box. I was using it for outfit of the day, but I forget most of the days to write anything in there, so it's been largely ignored. Oh, this is upside down? Oh, this was printed upside down, so it has a big hole in the in one of the quotes. How fabulous. Sorry, my brain now is like, how do I put this back? What do I do? Home is where the heart is. Okay, this is that backing on that page where the word weekend was. So I'm going to take that off because it's coming right off the page and taking some of the stickers with it. So happy day. There we go. All right. I'm surprised that there's no more deco. There's not more deco in this book. I'm kind of, yeah, it's weird. Anyway, I think I want to use some of the little flowers. I've been saving the little flowers for something, and let's use some of those, shall we? And I haven't done this kind of flip-flop kind of idea of putting stickers sort of in opposite sides, so the white space is elsewhere, but I think I want to right now. And what color am I going to add? I guess I'm going to use this one over here. And we're going to use one more. So we're leaving room for something. What that something is, we don't know. But we're going to leave a little bit of room for that. And I might, if I decide not to work this week, well, I do have that one call. If I decide not to do any work, I might write something fun I did that day. Something like that. I don't know. Or I might leave it blank. Because guess what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't have to write on your planner every day. And I should be happy to just look at something pretty. All right. Good. And we didn't do anything on the other side yet. Oh, those are gorgeous. Those are gorgeous. Got this green one. Put it over here. And we still have to cover that title. Some of these quotes are really hard to read, unfortunately. Oh, the greatest project you'll ever work on is yourself. Guess what? That's gonna be used. Will it come off the page? Yeah, there we go. Yep. It's a good reminder. It's a very good reminder. All right, we're about done with this one. Let's see, like there. Who knows? Maybe I'll use it for like fun projects. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The stuff that I can't fit into my catch-all planner. Let's take a peek, see one more time. I'm gonna use that other long quote that I found because I will never use it. Ooh, that's even better. Wild and free. Why not? Wild and free. That's another one of those that I took out, didn't use because it was too long. They didn't fit wherever I wanted to use it. And you know what? We'll use it now. All right. Wild and free. Fantastic. All right. Right on. Moving right along. I keep wanting to put that page upside down. All right. So that is the homebody. Next up, we're going to use homebody seasons for the following week. And the reason I chose homebody seasons for this week, this is the first week of spring. So we're going to start here. Spring is here. Look at that. Spring is actually on the Friday, but I can't think of a better way to cover up Saturday. Or cover up that box. With a box that was made for it. Fabulous. Next. And you know what? When you're handed down boxes, when you're handed boxes, you use the boxes. So I'll put Wednesday here. Two. Uh-oh. That's right, because these work as long as you don't have a day when you have Wednesday. So I just have to move it over a little bit. That's all. There. Perfect. All right. I have 2 boxes, bullets. And here we're going to put the different kind of box. This is such a great book. Oh my gosh. Spring cleaning. Changes the beginning. Is hardest at the beginning, messiest in the middle, and best at the end. Oh my gosh. That is a fabulous quote. It doesn't really go though. We're gonna reserve that one for a little bit. Oh my God, these flowers are great. These flowers are great. Oh, now we're in summer. We just moved on from spring and right into summer because it is a seasonal book after all. I don't believe this book has other boxes. That's what I thought. Or bullets. So I'll grab bullets from somewhere else. I was an opportunity to put another thing here, isn't it? But I didn't want to put another one. I just didn't want to put another quote, another one of these boxes here because it's too much. Life is better with friends. Okay, we can use that. We can use that here to cover up Sunday. And then I'll put some florals or something to wrap that up. They call me Indoorsy. Oh my God, that's hilarious. And I need a box for here, which I don't have. So we're going to go look in a book of boxes. And for that, I have a bunch of the Mojo Jojo Plans books near me. So I'm going to start with this one. This is a spring book. But those oranges are definitely not. It is a spring book. Wow. Those oranges are not going to do the trick for me. Nope. All right, so not spring. Let's see, do I have pastels? I do have pastels. Okay. I just put them. Okay, that's pretty good. That orange is still too orange, though. I think there's a... Ooh, this green is pretty. This green is pretty, and it kind of goes. And guess what? I have almost no boxes left of that green. I've hit this book up. I've hit that green up a few times. So you know what we'll do? I'm going to put 2 of these here. And you may be wondering, but wait a minute, you're not even looking at your schedule? Don't need to. Don't need to. I always get good use of this. I'm going to put one here. Somehow it always works out well. And so far it hasn't been much of a challenge to make it happen. So now I said I didn't like the box, you know, boxes on boxes. I could switch those, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave them alone. All right, let's decorate some more because it's time to move on. I want to move on to finishing this spread so I can do some others. Now, oh, I wonder how these line up. I've never tried them because I usually do not use these kinds of the checklists. Oh my gosh. These checklist stickers, will they line up perfectly? And if they do, that'll be fantastic. I think they do. Look at that. Who knew? I should have tried that earlier. I never use these. Or rarely use these because they never line up. I use them in dot grid paper usually. But guess what? These line up. So how are we going to say no to that? And it has all the beautiful colors. So it works. Happy accident. All right. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That works. I could have done every day with that, actually, and it would have been fine. And now, since we have room, remember to always grow. That's a good quote. I'll use that one here. I can have up to six meetings. If I have 6 meetings or other things that I have on that day, I'm getting no other work done. So, all right. Love today. Yes. All right. Oh, it's a dangerous one to put on a work planner, but, and then we're going to put one more here. It's okay to be happy with a calm life. Yes. Yes, indeed. That's what I seek these days. All right. That added the pretty. So we're good there. Now, one more view over here because that's summer. I'm going to need a flower or something here. Let's see the other flowers. Yeah, they're the same colors, just brighter. We're going to put this one here. Because I just hate to see just a plain white space. All right, and then on the left side, we're going to use some of those clear ones, but maybe. Anything is possible with a little passion and a lot of work. I think that's a perfect quote to put on this side. Get it here like so in the middle. And then we'll add, and since I am using a paper sticker there, I'm going to use more of the paper stickers rather than the clear, which is what I was going to use. I'm going to put some of this blue foliagey thing here. All right. I think that's enough. I don't want to do too much more there. And I was looking for header boxes because that's what I really need for the left side
at this point, and I don't have any, but I grabbed more books. So let's see. I have a book of header boxes by Keller Plan. So I can find some in here. These colors are so pretty. Wow. Oh, that orangey is perfect. Okay. Orangey. Actually, the pink was really pretty too. Green. And another green. Oh, this green is better. This green is closer to this green. And header boxes are probably one of the ones that I use the most. So this book made perfect sense. Even though I have the Mojo Jojo Plants books, I just use them. So that is more lilac. Oh, those are more jewel tones. How cute. That's actually very nice. The rose color is not bad at all. In fact, that rose color is very similar to this rose here. So we're going to use that. All right, so we'll white out these spots. Cover them up with the correction tape. And then I'll use the pink one here. Okay, I'll use the peachy one up above. I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to use it right here. And then we're going to use the green one up here. And then we'll add our headings and we'll move on from this spread. All right. All right, so headings one more time. Let's grab the book that has all my day stickers, or not day stickers, my Planner Kate stickers. Whew. All right, we're going to do this week. Next week, just going to grab whichever first one comes off the page. That's the one we're grabbing. And so that's the kind of hard part of using these books, is that you then have to get stickers out. But I do appreciate that they can't fall out of your sticker book because the opening is on the side as opposed to the top or on the right. Top, bottom, or right. So that. And then we have this next week. Top 3. I don't like to use the word priorities because I keep thinking priority. You can only have one priority. I have to look up the origin of that word. But somehow it makes me think I only can have one priority, but I can say the top 3. And top 3 are not in any order. All right, that works. All right, one more spread. And let's see how we're doing. A time check here. Picked up the pace a little bit, a tiny bit over there. Yeah, we're doing good. So one more spread, 43 minutes. Not bad. Some of these come together very easily. And for this last spread, I'm going to use the Homesteader book. And the Homesteader, what are these called? Big? I can't remember what these books are called. But I've bought these and then I stopped buying them because I just couldn't use them. Couldn't find a space to put them. But guess what? We have all this beautiful space down here. So let's go ahead and see where we are with this. Kind of ironic that I'm using a home type book for work, but hey, you know, it works. All right, I'm going to actually start with the deco, with the bottom deco, because this is what I call a big opportunity. So see, there's this beauty in simple things. I like that. Oh, these florals are just crazy cute. So I have to use a quote that is appropriate for work. I mean, it's not that it's NSFW. It's just more that, you know, I don't want to have a quote that says I want to be home on a weekday when somebody actually might see this. So, I mean, nobody does. to be honest with you. Nobody comes into my office unless they need something, and my book is on my desk. If they see it, great. If they don't see it, great. I don't, not a big deal, but it feels weird, right? I don't know. It feels weird to me. This pen is just, I'm going to have to get another one. So I'm going to cover these, the dark lines do show up. And so I like to cover them up if I can. So, oh, live what you love. Oh, no, that's even better. The kindness quote is bigger, but this one, I think, then of course the problem is, nope, I don't want that. I'll use it on the other side. I do want something that's going to block as much as possible. That since I did white out a lot. There we go. And it shows through, which is a bummer and a half, but it is what it is. All right, so let's see. We're going to use the other quote, which I put aside. I'm going to use it over here. Live what you love. I think that's a perfect quote for there. And then, oh my gosh. Didn't even see that. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. That would have been a perfect thing for here too. But that's okay. I got a quote in. So I'm going to see in the florals that are in the back, what else I can use. So that's part of that. So that one's alone. Oh my gosh, this is great. Oh, this is pretty right here. Come on. Come off the page. All right. And I could use my tweezers. I know that. I don't know. Didn't really cover that, did it? Oh, well. Put this one on this side. This one would have been a better cover up on that side. Well, you know what? Nothing says that I can't lift that up, cover that up again, and try again with a floral that fits. And this one can go on this side. This one is wide on the top. And it kind of takes care of most of that white out. All right, that's good. All right, now that we've done that, we're going to move this one along. And we're going to take our sticker book and we're going to start finding what we need. So I like that, but I don't like the fact that it's black. It's too dark for the page. I'm going to use Simpler is Sweeter, and I'm going to put that on here, covering up the box that I never use. Someday I will figure out something. I thought for a while that I might use it for statistics, but the problem is I couldn't figure out how to make it. I have to figure out a way to make it into a grid that I can use. So with the days of the week, then on top some category, and then to be able to put a letter or something or a number to be able to count everything in the way I'm supposed to count it. So it's still under construction is what I'm saying. At some point I will figure it out, and then for next year's planner I will use that, because I am terrible about keeping my statistics. And yeah, if I had some way of doing it that were, fairly intuitive, that I could do it in this book, that would be great. So we're going to go through, looking through here. I like those tabs. Those are fun. But one thing we can do is we can use some of these. The smaller version of that sticker that I saw a bit too late. So I'm going to put this one here like so. That looks amazing. And still enough room for the top three. Oh, these are paper. How fun is that? And I've moved this one before and then didn't use it. And I wonder why. That's because I tried to use it probably in a... I see. You know what? We're going to use it. We're going to use it. We're gonna be different today. And do I want to use the second one? No, I already established it doesn't fit here. So let's see what else we can use here. Oh, I used the sticker and I cut off part of it. Yeah, interesting. Homestead. It's okay to be okay. So some of the quotes are repeating in the smaller things. We already established that this fits very nicely here. But if I do that, then I have these flowers against these flowers. Unless I flip it upside down. Let's see. Do I want that many flowers? And the answer is probably not. It's not that I don't want that many flowers. I don't want that many of the same kind of flower in the same space. So, I would be tempted to include one of those here. But, sorry, friends. I just, makes it a little bit easier for me to look through. Those clear stickers, these clear boxes, which always drive me nuts. Love these, but they have stripes. We're just looking through to see what we can find that might be useful. And I, again, did not realize this was not going to have enough boxes. So let's turn back to some of the books that I brought with me. And I did bring some autumn books. Because this, well, not this one. But this is a color that's more often associated with autumn. So I thought I should have some books close by that I could use. Let me see if this one. Oh, yeah, see, this color is very similar to that. So could I do this box? Or I could pull the rosy color instead. Maybe I'll do that instead. Okay. So, except that rose color is not in any of those sticker books. I know that for a fact. So you know what? I'm going to use this. Here. And then we'll leave the left side open. And then, now to find some of those dots. The dot book. And I'm going to see if we can find dots that somewhat match that vibe. I think these are the right ones. Sorry, this book is not being my friend right now. Yeah, that's pretty darn close. I'm choosing to think of it as a romantic red as opposed to, like, you know, like a fall brown-ish or fall red. But it is a fall red. All right, so we have some bullets there. Let's put some color from, I don't think I have metallic bullets. That would have been nice. Let's see. This book has yellows. Golden colors kind of thing. It has those. And then in the, there we go. So I think this color, it's kind of a weird fall vibe all of a sudden in this spread, which is not what I was intending at all, but I use this one. Since I don't have any metallic ones, which is what would be the perfect match, or at least not in this book. And I'm not going to go hunting for them. I want to include, yeah, see the flowers. These flowers kind of ended up sort of taking the spread here. I'm going to find a rose color, if I can find one in here. There's red. Oh, the pinks are in the back. One of these days. Whoops. Something just jumped out. All All right, so the rosy pink kind of brings it back if it's the same rose, which I don't think it is, or close enough. I still don't think it is. Yeah, not even close. My goodness. I want to see if I can find that color or something close in the front of this book. Not these oranges. Not those oranges. It's kind of hard to see. Kind of hard to tell with the metallic in that one. Let's see. I think this is too orange. Yeah, way too orange. All right. Yellow it isn't, so we already did yellow. So let's see. We're almost done, kids. Almost done. Yeah. The rosy color is really the closest thing there is, but I don't like it so much. So I'm going to see if I can find those tans. Oh, here we go. Here's those tans. I think the tan color is probably the better bet. And it's pale, but not too pale. So we'll use that. The one that jumped off the page, since it was so kind to present itself. We're going to add a few more decorations and wrap this up and be done. But that is a lot of spreads. All right, so let's get rid of these dots book. Get rid of this autumn book. And we're going to straighten this up. We still need to find header boxes. I just realized that. So let me find the header boxes book one more time. Actually, I'm going to see if I can grab that same color from this book. Is it really that color? Yes, it's really that color. All right. Oh, this book has bullets. I forgot about that. This one right here. Okay. And then we're going to try to grab header boxes in the other colors that we used over on this side. If they exist. And you know what? That is actually pretty close. A little bit darker, but it looks good with that. So we're going to use that. And then we're going to try to find a pale ivory if there is such a thing in this book. Which I don't think there is. But, oh, what was that? That's not bad. It's kind of yellow, but not bad at all. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So we'll use those. I'm going to use, I don't really want all of the, that's fine. Okay, that works. There's a weird method to my madness here. Okay, so I think this yellow one is going to go here. Yep, that's pretty good in that spot. Then this pale ivory, yellowish, buttery yellow, whatever you want to call this color, is going to go here. And then the color that's supposed to match, and it does it match? Yeah, it does. Sorry. The lights are messing with my eyes right now. So I'm going to cover that one like so. And then we're going to put some titles. Oh, we want some flowers too. I want some of these pretty delicate flowers will work. Although I already have flowers right there. So I'm going to grab one of these yellow ones. Yellowish, beigeish, whatever color you want to call this. I'll put it here. And I think I'm going to put this very pale tan. I don't really want it there either. So never mind. Let's see what other florals we can find in here very quickly. And we'll wrap this up and call it a day. This is very, very pretty. I didn't realize it was going to look so fallish when all was said and done. Oh, I like this floral. But I don't want another floral there. That's the problem. Oh, there are metallic ones too in this book. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't really go. I think we're going to call this a day with the deco, and we're going to go ahead and grab those headers one more time, add those to the spread, and truly call this a day. But not as struggly as sometimes, but struggly enough to make me want to wrap up as quickly as possible. 2, and then my top 3 sticker. I've also thought about moving these to, or moving enough of these at a time to a sticker album, but I don't know. They work so well in this book. Next week. And top 3. All right, friends. That was a lot of spreads in about, what, 15 minutes? Let me take a look. Probably more than that now. Let's see, an hour. So 4 spreads, 15 minutes average. So let's take a look at them. So this is the first week of March. This was done with the Modern Farmhouse. This is the second week of March. This was done with the Homebody. The third one was Homebody Seasons. And the fourth and last week of March is Homesteader. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for staying with me and have a great day. Bye.